What's going on, y'all? It's Jay Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video. As you guys see by the title here, going over a battle announcement. Finally, we're trickling back into events happening more frequently. Everything's popping up as we go into like second half of April. Look for about 2 weeks from now and into May. Things should be back on track. And with this announcement, Nitty versus Saflare Soul for Outside 2. And it's definitely taken some people by surprise. Obviously, Saflare Soul, in my opinion personally, is probably the most lucrative prospect out of this newer class, the final exams class that just came through. I know that a lot of people do have him losing to Foots, but I think even with the stumbles in that battle, I just see certain things in his style that I think he can reach a bit of a higher ceiling. Just my opinion, really could go either way, both talented. But obviously, he's one of the premier guys of his class, and they want to push him, you know what I'm saying? And URL is giving him a big plate. And that big plate is Nitty, who obviously just won Champion of the Year. Extremely coveted, one of the best battlers, if not the best battle rapper in the world at this current moment. And there's some people that are upset. Some people that are happy. Some people are happy to see Saflare get the shot, but think that it's a little bit of an overshoot to give him Nitty. I'm personally a little bit in that crowd. I will say that getting chess as like a premier win when you first get into the league, like against your first vet, it is unique. There's not many guys that get that. And in terms of like mid-tier talents or lower talents that beat chess, usually that's where chess does get the wins that he usually gets, is around that level of talent. So there is a level of impressiveness to that. But the big thing that people are upset about is they want to see Nitty versus the biggest to get the end game style plates, right? The Mook and Nitty had a little bit of a back and forth. People want to see Nitty and Lux. Personally, that's the battle I would love to see. I know there's no promo for that in that direction, but even if not that, they want to see Nitty versus Cal, Nitty versus Verb. They want to see like big name resume stuff get filled out. And as someone that completely, I'm with that, and I do think it is tough to, like, right after Cody, it looks like he's giving shots again. But you have to take a couple things into consideration there. First of all, when it comes to Nitty and how he's approached battle rap and how most of the top West guys approach battle rap, they are never just going to sit down and only battle, like, wait every 6 months. It's not their style. You know what I'm saying? You look at Danny, you look at Geechee, you look at Nitty, three of, like, the premier guys out of the West, all of them at every period in time. Danny, who was once, like, the face of the underground. Everybody remembers poor Danny was on URL, and he was kind of like that. There was a lot of, like, independent buzz behind him in a sense. Geechee, on the polar opposite side, won 3 Codys, was the headman at URL, and he was still going out to take what people would consider random battles, side league battles, and battle all types of tiers. And Nitty falls perfectly into that mold, has a resume on King of the Dot, on other, local level leagues, on URL at that. Obviously, he's a legend here. So it's always going to be part of the game plan to do that. There's never just going to be a sit down for 6 months. There's a competitive aspect. And at the end of the day, provides for his family, loves to rap, and no matter who the opponent is that he pops out for, obviously it's a bigger check if it's God tier, but he's going to get paid a pretty good amount, you know what I'm saying? A headline in this event, giving a shot to one of the top guys in the new class, tax a little bit because it's a new guy, so I can see how it all shakes out. And then most importantly, at the end of the day, these big God tier plates aren't going to happen usually unless it's a Gnome or an SM. So someone could say that they don't want him on the outside card. There's some understanding to that. You could say that he could skip this battle, but there is no, the first battle back was going to be Mook, unless he sits, 5, 6 months, and do we really want to go 5 or 6 months without one of the top talents? Those are all things you have to weigh out when you see an announcement like this. As I also stated, though, I obviously sympathize with the fact that to see Nitty come back, it doesn't optically look good, and we're still pushing, as I said, heavily for Gnome and SM. That's where I think if we don't see a change there, that's where there's going to be some outrage, where it's like, okay, clearly they're not going for the full, the full court press here to push him into the plates. And with, with certain things moving around on URL, obviously Easy doesn't look like he's going to be a part of URL going forward. And their future plans for 2023 at least. Twerk has battled a lot of, kind of bigger name individuals as well, although he has a few plates there. You got to think, and then Geechee's kind of already run through, who is going to get those big tiers, those like big end game plates? If not Nitty, there's going to be a couple people to throw in there, but come Gnome and SM, I think that will be more of the conversation, and I don't want that to completely overshadow the fact that this is still actually a really good battle. A little bit of a mismatch, and I think a lot of us, as well as myself, are going to have Nitty winning in predictions. The details of that I'll save for the full card to come out, so I can give, you know what I'm saying, like my full synopsis once I see all the matchups. But this battle's obviously Saflare Soul is very good. Like I said, I like him the most out of the new class. I think he has a lot of potential. And Nitty is Nitty, so I'm expecting good material either way. Saflare Soul has some well-roundedness too. He already has a good pen. He might even try to stretch that. I mean, motivation can do some crazy stuff, man. And then Nitty has a battle, I believe, the week before versus Appa. He's done, you know, like back-to-back kind of like battles like that before, so it's not completely unheard of from him. But it is something to look out for, and we'll talk a little bit more about when we do a full predictions. I think it's also funny, you know, just on the sidebar, this is on Outside 2. This is definitely the third Outside. I don't know when, like, they did one Outside, they did another, and then they're like, then we're going to start. Was that the prequel Outside? I don't know, but this is Outside 2, which is actually Outside 3. Excited to see what happens when the full card drops and, like, what battles are on there. As I said also in the very beginning of the video, I believe this is going to be April, probably going to be an app-only event, which means that if these start dropping one by one, expect me to review a fuck ton of these Outside battles. I will definitely go through at least probably review 4 or 5 depending on how big the car is. I believe it said it was on a day, so if they do 2 days again like the last Outside, we're going to get a lot of battles, so expect a lot of reviews. Always good to just break down any type of bars, different styles, perspectives. With that being said, though, going to have the bullpen predictions out soon. And also, I talked about Gnome and SM. I believe Gnome has got to be somewhere around the corner, right? We're talking early summer, something of that nature. So you guys let me know in the comments. Do you want to see a Gnome wish list video? I was going to do a video. Think about doing a video where I just do, like, the card for Gnome, what I think the card might turn out to, like, realistically, plus what I'd like a little bit. Just a prediction of what could pop up there. So you guys let me know down in the comments if you'd like that. But it's been J Smo Reviews again, y'all. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace.